Hey Matt Champs, welcome back. Today we're making calculus easier and more exciting as we explore the ellipse. Get your pen and paper ready and let's solve, learn, and have fun. Let's go. So ngayong gabi naman, pag-uusapan natin yung isa sa conic section po natin which is the ellipse. Natapos na po natin yung circle, we will now proceed to ellipse. So ito po yung mukha ng ellipse. This is how ellipse looks like. So we have the orientation, namely the horizontal ellipse, and we have the vertical ellipse. And um, may kanya-kanyang parts po yan. So we have the co-vertex. So dalawa yan. Sa horizontal, taas, baba. Sa vertical naman, left and right. We have also the vertex. Sa horizontal, we have left and right. Sa vertical naman, ang vertex niya ay up and down. So, kabaliktaran po ng horizontal yung vertical natin. So, ganun din po ang mangyayari sa kanyang equation. So, we have the different parts. Meron po tayong center. We have the vertices, the co-vertices, the foci, the major axis length, and we have the minor axis length. So ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng ellipse? When we say ellipse, it is a closed curve that looks like a stretch or flattened circle. So kung meron tayong rubber band, when we stretch that rubber band, that is ellipse. Yun po yung mukha ng ating ellipse. So para siyang oblong, okay? So in calculus, we call that oblong as ellipse. So, ito po ay mga iilan lang po sa mga parts ng ating ellipse, center, major axis, and the minor axis. Since ellipse is a stretched circle, so yung center niya is also yung way po ng pagkuha ng center po ng ating ng circle. Okay? So, we have the major axis and we have the minor axis. Kung sa circle, meron tayong diameter. Okay, so no matter how we rotate the diameter is same pa din po sa circle, equal yung diameter. Now, dito sa major axis and minor axis, since we stretch the circle, so may axis na masyadong mahaba at may part po ng axis ng ellipse which is mas maikli. So, ang tawag po natin sa mas mahaba ay the major axis at yung maikli naman is the minor axis. So these are the different application or concrete example po ng ating ellipse. So yung tracking field, okay, so ellipse po ang shape. Most of the mirrors, ellipse po yung shape. And we have the orbit of planets, so elliptical orbit po tayo. So ellipse pa din. Okay? So ito ay iilan lamang po sa mga example ng ellipse. Now, let's focus on the parts of an ellipse. So una, meron po tayong center. So para makuha po yung center, that is HK. When we see center, that is the midpoint of the ellipse, gitna ng ellipse. We have also the major axis. This is the longest distance across the ellipse. So kung mapapansin po natin dito sa right part, so meron tayong dalawang ellipse there. So dito, so try to focus sana natin kaso hindi siya ma-focus na. So ang major axis dyan, kung nakikita niyo po itong kulay blue, okay, yung nasa taas na ellipse, this is the major axis. Okay, so from vertex to another vertex, that is the major axis. Pagdating naman po sa horizontal ellipse na nasa baba, itong horizontal part is the major axis. That is the longest distance across the ellipse. So yung isang axis na na shortest, so that is minor axis. Okay, so mamaya meron po tayong existence of A. Si A naman is ito ay yung semi-major axis. Kalahati ng major axis, that is A, and the minor axis is kalahati nito is B. Okay? So mamaya malalaman natin ano yung A and what is B. We have also the vertices. So vertices is the endpoints of the major axis. Kung mapapansin natin, ito yung major axis natin, yung blue. Yung dalawang dulo po niyan ay tinatawag po nating vertices. So, plural form of vertex. Okay, so vertices for major axis. Yung dulo naman po ng minor axis, ang tawag po natin ay co-vertices. So itong green axis nakikita po sa picture, yung dulo niyan ay tinatawag nating minor axis. So ano yung A, ano yung B? Si A is the length or distance from the center to a vertex. So magagaling tayo sa gitna, papuntang vertex, that is the value of A. So from vertex to another vertex, that is 2A or the major axis. And we have B naman, which is the length from the center to a co-vertex. So from green or from gitna until the end of this green, so ang tawag po natin dito ay letter B, which is the semi-minor axis. So from co-vertex to another co-vertex, ito ay minor axis. So dalawang semi composed of minor axis. So we will focus on these parts muna. So let's say for example, horizontal ellipse, one of the orientation ng ellipse. If the major axis is horizontal, the standard equation of this horizontal ellipse is the square of x minus h all over a squared plus the square of y minus k all over b squared is equal to 1. Okay? So yung hk po natin dito is the center of the ellipse. The a is the length from the center to the vertex. Okay? And yung b naman natin is the length from the center to the co-vertex. So ito po ang mukha ng ating horizontal ellipse. Yung mas mahabang axis ay horizontal, kaya tinawag siyang horizontal ellipse. Okay? So ito yung major axis niya, yung horizontal, at yung vertical axis naman is its minor axis. Okay, so yung formula po ng vertex natin is h plus minus k. Then we have the co-vertex hk plus minus b naman. Okay, for the points of the co-vertices. So, paano natin malalaman mamaya kung ang given ay equation? Paano natin malalaman if it is horizontal or vertical? Nakadepende po sa denominator. The larger denominator is under the x term, ang ellipse po ay horizontal. So mamaya, kung makikita nyo na mas malaki po yung a, yung nasa baba po ng x term, this is horizontal. Pero, kung makikita nyo po sa mga example natin mamaya na mas mataas po ang value ng denominator under the y term, it is a vertical naman. So, try po natin isolve yung horizontal ellipse. So, let's say for example, the given ellipse is the square of x minus 2 all over 25 plus the square of y plus 3 all over 9 is equal to 1. So, alamin muna natin, let's verify if this is horizontal. Between 25 and 9, ang mas mahaba ay 25. And 25 is under x term. So pag x term, horizontal. So it is verified that this equation is horizontal ellipse. So try po nating hanapin yung center, yung A, yung B, yung vertices, and the co-vertices. Simulan natin sa center. So sa center, ang formula natin ay HK. So again, yung h po ay kasama ni x but we will take the opposite. At yung k naman po ay kabaliktaran ng kasama ni y. So in this example, ang kasama ni x ay si negative 2 and the opposite is positive 2. Ang kasama ni y ay si positive 3 and the opposite is negative 3. This is the center of the horizontal ellipse. So ito yung gitna niya. Now hanapin natin yung a. Again, yung A po ay mas malaki compare sa B dapat. Palagi. Okay? So between 25 and 9, mas malaki si 25. Dito natin kukunin si A. Okay, anong gagawin natin sa 25? Since base equation po, that is A squared, we will take the square root of A squared. to get the value of A. So kukunin po natin yung square root ng 25 to get the value of 5. And that is your A. So yung B naman, manggagaling siya sa square root ni 9 and square root of 9 is 3. So ito na po si A, ito si B, ito si center. Pwede na nating mahanap yung vertices and the co-vertices natin. Sa vertices ng horizontal, ang formula ay h plus minus k. H plus minus a, k. Okay? So yung y value natin hindi magbabago, which is the k. Si h natin, merong chance na aakyat or bababa. Kasi we're going to add a and subtract a from the vertices. Okay? So, let's compute. Yung h po natin ay 2. Yung a po natin ay 5. So, 2 plus 5, that is 7. And copy the k, which is negative 3. Okay, next vertex, 2 minus 5, that is negative 3. Copy the negative 3. So, these are now the vertices of the horizontal ellipse. So, when we graph this horizontal ellipse, yung left part, okay, ay left part of the horizontal ellipse ay makikita po sa negative 3 point. While the right part of the horizontal ellipse makikita po sa coordinate 7, negative 3. Okay? Yung plotting po gagawin natin next video pa. So, okay na tayo sa vertices. Kunin naman natin yung co-vertices. Sa co-vertices, yung H hindi nagbabago, only the K. So mag-add plus minus B tayo naman sa co-vertices. Okay? So same pa din ang gagawin natin. So copy the H which is 2, yung nasa center. Yung K po natin ay negative 3, tapos plus 3 which is the value of B, that is 0. So ito ay isa sa mga co-vertex niya. Tapos yung isang co-vertex, so copy the 2 which is the H. Tapos K natin again is negative 3 minus 3 which is negative 6. Ito na po ang co-vertices ng horizontal ellipse. Okay? So anong ibig sabihin nito? Na yung taas po ng horizontal ellipse ay makikita sa 2, 0, nasa x-axis. Tapos yung babang bahagi ng horizontal ellipse natin makikita sa 2, negative 6. And that is quadrant 4. So yun lang po ang paraan para hanapin po yung mga parts na to. Now try nyo po yung next example. You can pause the video and then you can try it and then compare your answer to my answers. Okay, so ito yung given. Then I'll resume in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so ano ulit ang gagawin? I-compare muna natin. Let's verify first. Between 36 and 16, mas malaki yung 36. Tama? And 36 is under x term. Since this is x term, this ellipse is horizontal. Okay, so horizontal siya, we will focus on the formula of horizontal ellipse. So hanapin ulit natin itong mga parts na to. Okay, sa center, HK, ang kasama ni X ay si positive 4 at ang kabaliktaran ni positive 4 ay negative 4. Tapos si Y kasama niya si negative 8. Opposite of that is positive 8. And this is now the center of the horizontal ellipse. Next sa A naman, again kunin natin yung square root ni 36 and that is 6. Tapos kunin natin yung square root ni 16 and that is the value of B. And square root of 16 is equal to 4. So meron na tayong center A and B. So again po yung A po natin is from the center to the vertex. Okay, so gitna papuntang right or gitna papuntang left, that is your A. Yung B naman natin dito, from the center going up or from the center going down. Okay? So kung ang tanong dito, hahanapin natin yung major axis, so 2 times A, so that is 12. Kung kukunin natin yung minor axis, that is 2 times B, so that is 8 naman. Okay, yung haba po ng major and minor axes. Hanapin natin yung vertices. Again, the formula is h plus minus a, then k. Walang magbabago sa k dito sa vertices ni horizontal. H natin ay negative 4. Yung a po natin ay 6. So negative 4 plus 6, that is 2. And copy the 8. So next naman, negative 4 minus 6, that is negative 10. Copy the 8. These are the vertices of your horizontal ellipse. So ibig sabihin, yung right vertex ng ating ellipse ay nasa 2, 8. So nasa first quadrant, while the second vertex naman ay nasa negative 10, 8 na nasa left naman. Okay? Na makikita po sa second quadrant. So ibig sabihin nasa taas siya ng ating x-axis, yung ellipse na to. So try nating sagutan yung co-vertices. And this is the formula, HKB. Then we have HK minus B. So yung H hindi magbabago, only the K. So plus or minus B tayo. So H po natin ay negative 4. So start tayo sa plus. Again, K po natin is 8 plus 4, that is 12. Kaya naging 12 yung nasa baba. Then 8 minus 4, that is 4. These are now the co-vertices of your horizontal ellipse. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Yung nasa taas na bahagi po ng ellipse natin ay nasa negative 4, 12, at yung nasa babang bahagi naman ay nasa negative 4, 4. So both co-vertices ay makikita po sa second quadrant. So try naman natin yung next example. So okay na tayo sa horizontal. Let's proceed to vertical before we proceed to worksheet. So sa vertical ellipse naman, kabaliktaran, yung major axis ay vertical. Okay, yung mahabang bahagi ng vertical ellipse ay patayo. Okay, so from up to down. So nasa vertex. Okay, so ang formula is kabaliktaran, no? Yung larger denominator naman ay makikita po sa baba ni y term. Sa y term naman. Okay? For example, so the square of x plus 1 all over 16 plus the square of y minus 4 all over 36 is equal to 1. So, verify muna natin. Kung i-compare po natin yung 16 at 36, mas mahaba si 36. And 36 is under y. Tama? So, this is a vertical ellipse. So, verified. Since vertical, dito tayo focus sa formula na to. Medyo nakakalito lang sa vertical and horizontal pagdating sa mga formulae. Okay? Pero yung one way of identifying the equation as vertical or horizontal ay makikita po sa baba ng fraction natin na nasa denominator. So try po natin hanapin yung center AB, vertices, and the co-vertices. So sa center, HK ulit, sinong kasama ni X, at sinong kasama ni Y, at ano yung mga kabaliktaran nila. So the center is negative 1, positive 4. So yung A, kung sino ang mas mahaba ulit, so that is 36. Okay, so 36 tayo dito titingin. And the square root of 36 is 6, so 8 is 6. And your B is equal to 4. So sa 16, square root of 16. So again, sa A and B dapat mas malaki yung value ni A compared to the value of B. Okay, so yun ang titignan natin. Medyo may delay lang sa slide. Okay, hintayin natin. Ayan. So again, mas mahaba po ang value or mas malaki ang value ni A compare kay B natin. Okay, kasi yung A pa natin is major axis, while the B is the semi-minor axis. For the vertices of vertical, instead na magdadagdag or magbabawas tayo sa A, sa K tayo pagdating sa vertical. Kaya medyo nakakalito. And that is, medyo delay ulit, HK plus minus A. Again, sa K naman tayo magdadagdag at magbabawas ng value ni A. Okay, medyo loading. Okay, so yung h again natin is -1. So, yung value ng x ay hindi magbabago dito sa vertices ng vertical ellipse. Tapos, si k no, 4, yung a natin ay 6. So, 4 plus 6, that is 10. Ito yung unang vertex. Pangalawang vertex, sa -1 ulit. Tapos, -6, that is, so 4 minus 6 is equal to ilan? -2. So, ito yung pangalawang vertex natin. Okay? So, kung i-drawing natin to, ang vertex ng vertical ellipse ay nasa taas, nasa -110, at isa nasa baba, which is -1, -2. So, isa nasa second quadrant, yung taas, yung baba naman, nasa third quadrant. Okay? So, makikita natin na yung vertical ellipse na to, nasa left part ng y-axis. And for the vertices, so kabaliktaran ni horizontal, no, sa H naman tayo magdadagdag ng B at magbabawas ng B. Ito po ang formula ng co-vertices. Okay, then substitute, then add and subtract. So H natin ay -1 plus 4, which is the value of B, and that is 3. Then copy the K, which is 4. Tapos sa H minus BK naman, H ulit ay -1 minus 4, that is -5. Copy the K, which is 4. This is now the co-vertices of your vertical ellipse. So kung ipa-plot natin to, yung right part niya ay nasa 3, 4. So nasa first quadrant na. So hindi pala siya sa left part ng y-axis, kundi halos nasa gitna, okay, ng ating coordinate plane. Tapos yung left co-vertex niya ay nasa second quadrant pa din. So ito po yung vertical ellipse. So next example, try nyo ulit. Pwede nyo i-pause mo yung video. So I'll resume in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So second example, verify ulit natin. Between 49 and 100, mas malaki si 100. At si 100 po ay nasa baba ni y term. So this is vertical ellipse. Okay? So hanapin ulit natin yung center, the AB, the vertex, and the co-vertices. So sa center, so that is clearly 5, 3. While yung A is square root of 100, that is 10. At yung B naman square root ni 49, which is 7. Then the vertices, H, K plus minus A. Substitution tayo. So H natin ay 5. Tapos yung K natin ay 3. Yung A natin ay 10. So ang unang vertex po natin ay 5. 3 plus 10, 13. So 5, 13. Pangalawang vertex, 5 ulit. 3 minus 10, that is -7. Ito yung pangalawang vertex. And for the co-vertices naman, H plus minus B, K. So again, H natin is 5 plus 7, that is 12. Then copy the 3. Next, 5 minus 7, that is -2, 3. So ito na po ang co-vertices ng ating vertical ellipse. Another example. So verify ulit natin. Between 121 and 225, 225 is bigger, which is under y term, thus it is vertical ellipse. So ano yung center natin? The center is -7, -9. Ano yung A? Square root ni 225, and that is 15. How about the B? Square root ni 121, which is 11. Again, mas malaki si A compare kay B. And for the vertices, so H again is -7, K is -9, and A is 15. So -9 plus 15 is +6. So ito yung unang vertex. The -9 minus 15 is -24. This is the second vertex. For the co-vertices, H plus minus B, K. H po natin ay -7, B is 11, and K is -9. So negative 7 plus 11 is 4, copy negative 9. Negative 7 minus 11 is negative 18, copy negative 9. These are the co-vertices of this vertical ellipse. Nakukuha po ba? Since okay na tayo sa vertical and horizontal, let's proceed to the practice worksheets. So for the first round, so ito yan. Number 1, ang gagawin natin is to identify the orientation, the center, the A, the B syempre, the vertices, and the co-vertices. So sa orientation, either vertical or horizontal. So paano malalaman yung number 1? Compare po natin yung 64 at 25. Ano yung mas malaki? 64. 64 is under X term. So this is horizontal. Since horizontal siya, ang formula ay ito. Okay? So ano yung center ng number 1? Positive 3, negative 2. Okay? Bakit 5, 3? Okay, wait lang po. Pause muna natin ah. Okay, so balik tayo dito. Okay, so balikan natin na. I do some editing. Okay, so again, the orientation of number 1 is horizontal. At ito yung formula. And the center again is 3, negative 2. Okay? So ano yung value ng A natin? So ang value ng A natin is the square root of bigger number. And that is square root of 64 and that is 8. Tapos yung B natin, square root ni 25 and that is 5. And yung vertices nito is H plus minus AK. Yung H po natin ay 3. Yung A po natin ay 8. So 3 minus 8 is negative 5. Then copy the K which is negative 2. And 3 minus 8 is negative 5, negative 2. Ito yung vertices ng number 1. And for the co-vertices, that is H, K plus minus B. So yung H natin ay 3. Yung K natin ay negative 2. At yung B po natin ay 5. So focus tayo sa K plus minus B. So negative 2 plus 5 ay positive 3. Ito yung unang co-vertex. Pangalawa naman, negative 2 minus 5, that is negative 7. Ito na po ang co-vertices po natin. Kuha po ba? Now, kung may mga questions po kayo, feel free to drop your inquiries po sa comment section. Number 2. So same pa din, hanapin natin yung orientation center AB, the vertices, and the co-vertices. Simulan natin sa orientation. Ano sa tingin niyo po yung orientation ng number 2? Okay, this is horizontal. Bakit horizontal? Between 36 and 16, mas malaki sa 36, which is under X term. So this is horizontal, and this is the formula. Ano yung center? Okay, the center is at 0, 0, or origin kasi walang kasama si X, walang kasama si Y. What's the value of A? Square root of 6, that is 30. Okay, that is 6. How about the B? The square root of 16, which is 4. Very good. And ano po yung vertices natin? Applying the formula, H plus minus AK. So that is, so 0 minus 6, plus 6 muna, that is 6, 0. Tapos 0 minus 6 is negative 6, 0. Ito yung vertices po ng ating ellipse. How about for the co-vertices? So, plus minus na lang po yung B, no? Kasi the origin naman yung center. So the co-vertices are 0, 4, and 0, negative 4. Ito na po yung ports ng ating number 2. Kuha po ba? How about number 3? Ito naman yung number 3. Ano sa tingin nyo po yung orientation nito? The orientation is vertical. Ito yung formula ng vertical. Bakit siya vertical? Kasi mas malaki yung 49 which is under y term. So vertical siya. Ano yung center? So walang number nakasama po sa x and y and that is 0, 0 pa din. Ano yung a? Square root ni 49? 7. How about square root ni 25? 5 naman. So ano yung vertices nito? That is k plus minus a. Since 0, 0 naman yung center, so plus minus si a na lang. And the vertices are 0, 7 and 0, -7. How about sa co-vertices? So, syempre, plus minus yung b natin. So, anong sagot? That is 5, 0 and -5, 0. Kuha po ba? Yung number 3? Okay, daka tayo sa number 4. Medyo madami to, no? Number 4. Ano kaya yung orientation ng number 4 natin? Okay, the answer is vertical. Okay, bakit vertical? Kasi 81 yung mas malaki compare sa 16 and that is under y term. Okay? Ano ang center nito? What's the center? -4, 5. That is correct. What is the value of a? Square root of 81? That is 9. How about the b? Square root of 16 which is 4. Very good. So what then are the vertices of the ellipse? So h natin ay -4. So kopyahin lang sa -4. Focus tayo sa k which is 5. Then plus minus sa a which is 9. So 5 plus 9 ay 14. Okay, nawala sa 14. And we have, okay, pause ko ulit. I need revision here. Okay, for the revision, ano po ulit yung vertex? Vertices natin. So h is -4 plus the 9. So that is 5. -4 yung h natin. Wala tayong gagawin sa -4 pala. Okay? So k plus minus a. So 5 plus 9 ay 14. At yung pangalawang vertex po, ito yung h natin. And we have -4. Tapos yung k minus a, 5 minus 9, that is -4. These are the vertices of this ellipse. How about for the co-vertices? So h plus minus b tayo. So yung h po natin ay -4 at yung b po natin ay 4, yung k po natin ay 5. So si 5 muna tayong gagalawin. So plus muna, -4 plus 4 ay 0. So 0, 5. At yung pangalawang co-vertex, -4 minus 4 is -8, 5. These are the co-vertices of number 4. Doing good? Okay, number 5. What is the equation of ellipse if center 0, 0, horizontal semi-major axis is 7, and the vertical semi-minor axis is equal to 4? So, ang hahanapin po natin ay equation of the ellipse po. So, ang given again ay center. So, we all know that center is HK. Okay? So, meron tayong H, meron na tayong K. Ang problema na natin dito is yung A and B. So again, the horizontal semi-major axis is also known as your, ano yung semi-major ulit? The A, at yung semi-minor is the B. Tama? So A, semi-major, tapos semi-minor is B. Since yung A po natin dyan ay 7 at nakalagay dyan na horizontal, what is the orientation of number 5? That is horizontal. Okay, so ang keyword natin dito para masabi nating horizontal is yung semi-major axis. So katabi niya horizontal, this is horizontal ellipse. And this is the formula for horizontal ellipse. Meron na tayong H, meron na tayong K, which is 0, 0. So ang problema natin is A at B. So ano yung A natin? The A is 7. And your B is equal to 4, semi-minor. Okay, then substitution to get this. So x minus 0 is x. Then 7 squared ay 49. Then y minus 0 is y. 4 squared is 16. And this is the formula for number 5. So check natin. Ang center ay 0, 0, tama. Tapos yung A po natin ay 7, which is correct, which is the horizontal semi-major axis. At yung B po natin ay square root is 16, which is 4, and that is your vertical semi-minor axis. Number 6. Okay. So equation daw nito, yung center po natin ay 2, -1. The horizontal semi-major axis is 5, and the vertical semi-minor axis is 8. Okay, so we have the center 2, -1. The orientation is we have vertical kasi mas mataas yung sa vertical. So this should be the vertical semi-major. Okay, so correction lang. This is horizontal semi-minor kasi compare sa 5 and 8, mas malaki yung A. Tama? So ito dapat yung major axis natin. Okay, so again, correction. This is major and this is minor. Okay, and this is the formula for vertical. And our A is 8 and our B is 5. Dapat mas malaki po yung A compare kay B. Then substitution, we will get this. So double negative becomes positive. Dapat. And 5 squared is 25. 8 squared is 64. And this is the vertical ellipse of number 6. Number 7. An ellipse has center 1, 2, horizontal major axis of length 20, and vertical minor axis length 12. Write each standard equation. So, analyze muna natin yung given, no? So, meron tayong center na 1, 2. So, sabi dyan, horizontal major axis of length 20. Tapos, vertical minor axis of 12. So, yung A po natin dyan is, ano yung A natin? Wala pa. So, nasa loob ni major axis at yung B natin nasa loob ni minor axis. So, ano yung orientation muna? So, since malaki yung 20 compare kay 12, so sabi sa 20 horizontal. So, this is horizontal. And this is the formula. Now, ang 20, that is the value of 2A kasi major axis. So, para makuha yung semi-major, which is the value of A, kalahati pa ng 20, that is 10. Tapos yung B natin, kalahati ng 12, that is 6. Okay? Again, A is semi. Major, yung B natin is semi. Minor naman. Then applying the formula, substitution, we'll get this. Then 10 squared is 100 and 6 squared is 36. And this is now the horizontal ellipse of number 7. Number 8. A school designs an elliptical garden with center for -2. The garden is 24 meters long horizontally and 14 meters wide vertically. Find the standard equation. So, given natin center again for -2, ano yung orientation nito? Between 24 and 14, mas mahaba yung 24. At sabi dyan, horizontal. So, this is horizontal. And this is the formula. So, ano yung A natin dyan? Since horizontal yung haba ng garden, so that is from vertex to vertex. So to get the value of A, kalahati ng 24, that is 12. Kalahati ng 14 to get B, that is 7. And applying the formula to get, so double negative become positive. 12 squared is 144 and 7 squared is 49. This is the horizontal ellipse of number 8. Number 9. An elliptical running track has a horizontal major axis of 30 meters and a vertical minor axis of 38 meters. Its center is at the origin. Write the standard equation and determine its vertices and co-vertices. So, anong meron tayo? Center is at the origin, second statement. So, 0, 0 po ang coordinate ng center. At ano yung orientation? Between 30 and 38, mas malaki sa 38 and sabi dyan vertical. So this is the vertical. Okay? Then, this is the formula. So, yung A po natin is, since vertical axis siya, so major axis dapat yan. So, major is 38, kalahati niyan ay 19. At yung beam po natin, kalahati ni 30, which is 15. Okay? Then, using the formula, we will get this. Then simplify further. This is the, this is what? This is the formula for your vertical ellipse of number 9. So maliban po sa standard equation, hahanapin pa natin yung vertices and the co-vertices. So ano yung formula for vertices under vertical? So plus minus A sa K. Okay? Then yung co-vertices natin mamaya is plus minus B sa H naman. So dito tayo sa vertices, yung H natin ay 0, yung K po natin ay 0 again, at yung A ay 19. So plus minus 19. Yun po yung vertices natin. And for the co-vertices, plus minus B sa H naman, since 0 siya yung H natin, ano ang co-vertices? That is 15, 0, and negative 15, 0. Ito na po yung sagot sa number 9. Okay, so hanggang 9 lang pala. So if you have questions, again, regarding ellipse, feel free to drop your comments po under comment box. Okay, so see you sa next session natin, which is the parabola. Good day po.